Hello friends, welcome again. Current affairs is very important for your upcoming government jobs. SN Academy will provide you the best material for national and international news. So keep watching and study hard. 10th November 2020. First news is India's longest single-lane motorable suspension bridge has been inaugurated in Tehri, Garhal district of Uttarakhand. The Dobra Chanti Jhula bridge was inaugurated by the Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat to mark the 20th Foundation Day of the state on 9th November 2020. The bridge is 725 meter long and has been built in 14 years over the Tehri Lake with a cost of Rs 2.95 crore. It will cut travel time between Tehri and Pratapnagar from 5 to 1.5 hours. Important keys. Uttarakhand Chief Minister is Trivendra Singh Rawat. Governor of Uttarakhand is Baby Rani Maurya. Next. Nagaland government decides to celebrate Hornbill Festival virtually this year amid the surge in COVID-19 cases in the country. This festival is also called the Festival of Festivals. It is held every year from December 1st to 10th, showcases the culture, heritage, food and customs of Naga tribes. Important keys. Chief Minister of Nagaland is Nefurio. Governor of Nagaland is R.N. Ravi. Next. Former Chief Secretary of Delhi, M.M. Kutty, was appointed as the chairperson of Commission for Air Quality Management in National Capital Region and adjoining areas. The CAQM, that is Commission for Air Quality and Management, was formed on October 28th after dissolving several pollution monitoring bodies, including most prominently the 22-year-old Environment Pollution Prevention and Control Authority (EPCA) that has so far addressed air pollution in the Delhi NCR. This body will perform the job of coordinating activities between the states. Next. Indian Oil Corporation IOC Director Pipelines Akshay Kumar Singh will be the new Managing Director and Chief Executive of the country's biggest gas importer, Petronet LNG Limited. He will replace Prabhat Singh, who completed his 5-year term. Petronet is a joint venture of IOC and GAIL and ONGC and BPCL. The 4 state-owned firms hold 12.5% stake each in the company, whose chairman is the Oil Secretary. Important keys. IOC chairperson is Srikanth Madhav Vaidya. IOC headquarters is in New Delhi and it is founded on 30th June 1959. Next. The Reserve Bank of India will evaluate the impact of multimedia public awareness campaign RBI Kehta Hai, which was launched in 14 languages to educate the public about safe banking and financial practices. As part of the campaign, messages have been launched on basic savings bank deposit accounts, customer liability in unauthorized electronic banking transaction, safe digital banking practices, banking facilities for senior citizens, banking ombudsman scheme and cyber security, among others. Important keys. Governor of RBI is Shaktikant Das. Deputy Governor of RBI is BP Kanungo, M.K. Jain, M.D. Patra and Rajeshwar Rao. Headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next. The 13th Urban Mobility India UMI conference was organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It was inaugurated by Hardeep S. Puri, Minister of State Housing and Urban Affairs. The day-long conference was held via video conference on the theme Emerging Trends in Urban Mobility. The conference focused on innovative measures taken at the national and international level to address the challenges posed by COVID-19 pandemic to provide accessible and convenient transport to the people. Next. Malayalam author S. Harish has won the JCB Prize for Literature 2020 for his novel Mostak. It has been translated into English by Jayashree Kalathil and published by HarperCollins India. The JCB Prize for Literature is regarded as the richest literary prize in India. As per the norm, the Malayalam author will receive Rs 25 lakhs cash prize and the translator will receive an additional Rs 10 lakhs. Next. Actor Anupam Kher's latest book is titled Your Best Day is Today. He had announced the book in which he experiences during the coronavirus included countrywide lockdown. Through this book, Kher will recount his experience during the lockdown, several ups and downs, including the time when his mother Dulari and brother Raju Kher had contracted the virus. His previous book are his biography, Lessons Life Taught Me Unknowingly, and The Best Thing About You Is You. He is also a recipient of 2 National Film Awards. Next. World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated each year on November 10th every year. This year is celebrated to highlight the important role that science plays in society and the need to engage the wider public in debates on emerging scientific issues. This year, World Science Day for Peace and Development theme is Science for and with Society. Important keys. Director General of UNESCO is Audrey Azoulay. UNESCO formation on 4th November 1946 and its headquarters in Paris, France. Next. The Agriculture and Processed Food Products Exports Development Authority APEDA has announced that Assam's Tejpur lychee has been given the geographical indication tag, though the lychee's name in the GI tag list is there since 2015. The application for GI tagging was made on 28 August 2013 by Northeastern Regional Agricultural Marketing Corporation Limited. Tejpur lychee of Assam has got the geographical identification tags, making this item an incontrovertible proof of their origins in the state and protecting them from production elsewhere. Next. Marathi film Karkhani Sanchi Wari, the 149-minute film, tells the story of the Karkhanis, the last joint family of Pune. The movie was directed by Mangesh Joshi. The movie will have its world premiere at the 33rd Tokyo International Film Festival. It is the only Indian entry at the festival. 11th November 2020. First news is digital online media has been brought under the preview of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Currently, there is no law or autonomous body governing digital content. The second schedule of the Government of India Rules 1961 has been amended to include following entries via films and audiovisual programs, news and current affairs content. This means that digital content providers such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video and Hotstar will now be regulated by the Union Ministry headed by Prakash Javadekar. Important keys. Minister of Information and Broadcasting is Prakash Javadekar. Next. China has sent into space the world's first 6G experiment satellite. The 6G satellite was among 3 Chinese satellites successfully launched into orbit, along with 10 commercial remote sensing satellites developed by Argentinian company Satellogic. This was the 351st rocket of China's Long March series. As per the reports, the technology is expected to be over 100 times faster than 5G. The 6G communication test satellite was launched into the orbit along with 12 other satellites. The satellite also carries technology which will be used for crop disaster monitoring and forest fire prevention. Important keys. China capital is Beijing, China currency is renminbi and China president is Xi Jinping. Next. India and the Maldives have signed 4 agreements during the visit of Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Singh Shringala to the Maldives. Shringala is on a 2-day visit to the Indian Ocean archipelago. These MOUs will help to improve the relations between the two countries. Maldives tourism industry has been greatly affected by COVID-19, and because of this, India provided a loan of $250 million to the country in September 2020. The Indian Foreign Secretary appreciated the India First policy of Maldives and also said that it is strongly reciprocated by India through Neighborhood's First policy. Important keys: President of the Maldives is Ibrahim Mohammed Soleh, capital of Maldives is Male, and currency of the Maldives is Maldivian Rufiya. Next. Australia-India Water Centre AIWC has been inaugurated in a virtual event to promote water-related research, teaching and training between the two countries. This water centre is led by IIT Guwahati from the India side and the University of Western Sydney from the Australian side. Along with this, the centre has 21 partners from India and Australia. Important keys: Prime Minister of Australia is Scott Morrison. The currency of Australia is Australian dollar and capital of Australia is Canberra. Next. A model of anti-satellite ASAT missile installed inside DRDO Bhavan was unveiled by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The installation of the ASAT model will inspire the DRDO fraternity to take up many more such challenging missions in future. Mission Shakti was the country's first ever anti-satellite missile test successfully conducted on 27th March 2019 from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island in Orissa, where a fast-moving India orbiting target satellite in low Earth orbit was neutralized with pinpoint accuracy. This made India 4th nation in the world with the capability to defend its assets in outer space. Important keys: DRDO Chairman is Dr. G. Satish Reddy. DRDO Headquarters, it is in New Delhi. Next. The founder chairman of Wipro Limited, Ajim Premji, has topped the Edelgive Huron India Philanthropy List 2020. The 75-year-old made the highest contribution of Rs 7,904 crore between April 2019 and March 2020 towards philanthropic causes. It ranks individuals from India who donated Rs 5 crore and above between April 1, 2019 and March 31, 2020 towards philanthropic contributions. Shiv Nadar, founder and chairman of HCL Technologies, ranked 2nd on the list. Next. Ruskin Bond, one of India's most cherished author, was conferred Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award for 2020. He has a substantial body of work, close to 100 books across genres for children and adults. Bond writing has charmed both categories of reader into lifelong love and admiration. Next. The 20th summit of SCO, Council of Heads of State, was held on November 10th, 2020 in video conference format. The meeting was chaired by the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi led the Indian delegation. 11 SCO member states were represented by their presidents, while India and Pakistan were represented at the level of Prime Minister. Next. Indian astronomers have collaborated with the 2020 Physics Nobel laureate Professor Andrea Ghez for the design of back-end instruments and possible science prospects of the 30-meter telescope project. The 30-meter telescope is a proposed extremely large telescope which is planned to be installed at Mauna Kea on the island of Hawaii. The TMT project is an international partnership between Caltech, Universities of California, Canada, Japan, China and India to revolutionize the understanding of the universe and the enigmas in it. Next. Vice President of India Venkaiah Naidu has launched the book titled Thavasmi, Life and Skills Through the Lens of Ramayana. The book was authored by Rallavandi Srirama Chakradhar and co-authored by Amara Sarada Deepte. Thavasmi is in 4 volumes prepared by a team of young professionals. Next. Mumbai Indians defeated Delhi Capitals in the final of Dream 11 Indian Premier League 2020 to lift their 5th IPL trophy. Chasing 157 runs for victory, Mumbai were helped by their captain Rohit Sharma, who hit 68 runs of 51 balls. Mumbai had defeated Chennai Super Kings in the IPL 2019 final. They have now become the only side after Chennai Super Kings to defend the title. Next. In India, National Education Day or Rashtriya Shiksha Divas is celebrated on 11th November every year. The day is celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first Education Minister of independent India. According to Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, schools are the laboratories that produce future citizens of the country. He is the person IITs and various other institutes in India. Author and Gujarati columnist Father Carlos Gonzalez Valles S.J. passed away. A Jesuit priest born in Spain, he was a mathematics teacher. He wrote in Gujarati, English and Spanish. He translated many mathematical concepts into Gujarati and coin terms. He is popularly known as Father Wells. Next. American television editor, writer and producer Ken Spears, who co-created the beloved animated series Scooby-Doo, passed away. He was also the co-founder of television animation production company Ruby Spears Production, along with the late Joe Ruby. Next. Nepal President Vidya Devi Bhandari has released a special pictorial anthology on Mahatma Gandhi to mark the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. This anthology is written in the Nepali language. The book was launched at a special function held in Kathmandu in the presence of Indian Ambassador to Nepal, Vinay Mohan Khatra. This anthology on Gandhi is titled as Meile Bujhe Ko Gandhi, or The Gandhi as I Understood. Important keys. Prime Minister of Nepal is KP Sharma Oli. President is Vidya Devi Bhandari. Capital of Nepal is Kathmandu and currency is Nepalese rupee. 12th November 2020. First news is, the Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, has announced the Atmanirbhar Package 3.0, addressing a press conference to announce more stimulus measures to boost growth. According to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, PMI rose to 58.9 in October 2020, indicating strong recovery of the economy from COVID-19 crisis. The energy consumption growth was higher in October 2020. This is yet another stimulus package ahead of Diwali. The Union Cabinet approved a Rs 2 lakh crore production-linked incentive package to boost demand of the country. Next. The second World Health Expo was inaugurated on November 11th in Wuhan, the capital city of central China's Hubei province. This year's expo will focus on displaying the most cutting-edge science and technology, the global health industry, and help Wuhan build city of global health industry. Important keys. China capital is Beijing, China currency is renminbi, and China president is Xi Jinping. Next. Indian-American Kash Patel has been named as the Chief of Staff to the acting US Defense Secretary Chris Miller. The new appointment comes a day after Donald Trump fired Defense Secretary Mark Esper and designated Chris Miller as the acting secretary. Kash Patel, currently on the National Security Council staff, he replaced Jen Stewart, who resigned earlier in the day. Next. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has launched Secha Samadhan, a bilingual mobile application to address the irrigation problems faced by farmers without them having to visit the office concerned. With the launching of the application, farmers need not run to the offices of the Water Resources Department and can send their grievances through photographs or videos. The farmers will be informed about the status of their complaints through SMS. Important keys: Chief Minister of Orissa is Naveen Patnaik, capital is Bhubaneswar, Orissa Governor is Ganeshi Lal, and airports in Orissa are Biju Patnaik International Airport, Jharsuguda Airport, Rourkela Airport, Jaipur Airport and Savitri Zindal Airport. Next. HDFC Bank has announced the launch of Smart Hub Merchant Solution 3.0 for small and mid-size enterprises. This solution allows merchants and self-employed professionals to instantly open a current account and start accepting payments in store or online and on other go. The bank plans to reach out to more than 20 million small and medium merchants and professional services like doctors, pharmacies, saloons and laundry services across the metro, semi-urban and rural India in the next 3 years. Important keys: CEO and MD of the HDFC Bank is Shashidhar Jagdishan. The tagline of HDFC Bank is "We understand your world," and HDFC Bank headquarters it is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next. The Indian Navy has launched the 5th Scorpion submarine, Vagir, at Mazagon Dock of South Mumbai. The submarine is capable of taking missions such as anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, mine-laying, intelligence gathering and area surveillance. Vagir is a part of 6 Calvary class submarine that is being built in India. These submarines were designed by the French Navy and an energy company, DCNS. The 6 submarines were built under Project 75 of Indian Navy. Important keys: Chief of Naval Staff is Admiral Karamveer Singh. Next. Paytm has launched payout links for businesses, enabling them to instantly process payouts to customers, employees and vendors without collecting their bank details. It is aimed at helping small businesses in sectors like gaming, retail, export, manufacturing and e-commerce. Payout links will allow businesses to send incentives or refunds to the customers' bank accounts or wallet accounts. Important keys: Paytm founder is Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Paytm headquarters it is in Noida, Uttar Pradesh and it is founded on 2010. Next. The Vice President of India, M. Venkaiah Naidu, has represented the National Water Awards for 2019. This is the second edition of the award. Among the state category, Tamil Nadu bagged the State Best Award, followed by Maharashtra and Rajasthan. The award ceremony has been organized by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation are from 11th and 12th November 2020 through the virtual platform. Important keys: Minister of Jal Shakti is Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Next. The world number 1 Chen Meng beat Chinese compatriot Sun Yangxia to win her maiden International Table Tennis Federation (ITTF) Women's World Cup Table Tennis title held in Weihai, China. The 2020 ITTF Women's World Cup was the 24th edition of the ITTF sanctioned event. Important keys: President of ITTF is Thomas Wickert. Headquarters of ITTF is Lausanne, Switzerland, and ITTF founded on 1926. Next. Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshwari has released the book Majhi Bhint, means My Well, authored by former Maharashtra Minister of Education Rajendra Darda at Raj Bhavan, Mumbai. The book is a compilation of selected Facebook posts of Rajendra Darda pertaining to a range of issues written over the last 4 years. Maharashtra's Minister for Revenue Balasaheb Thorat, Minister of Public Works Ashok Chavan, Minister of Water Resources Jayant Patil and Chairman of Lokmat Media Group Vijay Darda, Rajendra Darda, and invites were present on the occasion. Next. World Pneumonia Day is observed globally on 12th November every year. The day is celebrated to raise awareness, promote prevention and treatment, and produce action to combat the disease. The day was first celebrated in the year 2009. The day was celebrated on November 12th in 2009 by the Global Coalition Against Child Pneumonia. Since then, the day has provided an annual forum for the world in standing together against the disease. Next. Public Service Broadcasting Day is celebrated on 12th November every year. The day is celebrated to commemorate the first and only visit of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, to the studio of All India Radio, Delhi in 1947. Next. Bahrain's Prime Minister Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa has passed away. He was 84. He was not only the longest serving PM of Bahrain, but he was the world's longest serving Prime Minister. He had held the post since independence in 1971. Important keys. King of Bahrain is Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. Capital of Bahrain is Manama and currency of Bahrain is Bahraini dinar. Thank you. Keep watching.